Greetings everybody, John Tar here. This is my channel WikiGameGuides with some more Far Cry Primal gameplay. This time I'm just focusing on the Beastmaster stuff, and the kind of and all the animal interactions in the wild. So the animals are the main focus of this game. That's what makes this game so much different. Well, maybe not even that much different, because all the other Far Cry games had animals in them, but the fact that you can control them and hunting them is a larger focus of the game. I wanted to put out this video just showing all the, well, my favorite animal encounters from the preview session that I went to, and some more animal gameplay. So the bear is, well, that revenant encounter at the very beginning of the video in that first clip is just like, there's some animals that are just so insanely challenging and they just like completely destroy you, and the bear is one of them. The Jaguars, like the bear just has so much health in this, like, I'm not sure if that's a panther there or what that is, but he just disappeared. But at this point I had actually found a bear that I can use to control, and like, I don't think I'll ever be using any animal other than a bear once, well, once I get my hands on the full game, and once I have one, because it's like a higher tier unlock. Like the very base level animals you can get are like the dhole, I believe, and like a couple different coyotes, and maybe one like large cat, I can't remember, but the bears are certainly not on the lowest tier of animals. And they are by far the best. They just mow through everything. They do so much damage, they're so fast, and there's like, they're not stealthy. That's the only real downside to them. So if you some of the animals are very good, like this jaguar here. Oh god, this cracked me up when I was playing. Like, I threw a bee grenade at it, and just seeing that jaguar with all the bees just kind of swarming around it, like slowly looking at you, one of the more terrifying things. But the jaguars they're much faster than the bears, so if you're trying to hunt other animals, the jaguars are probably better to have, because they're just going to sneak up right behind them and take them out like that, whereas the bear, they can't really pounce the way that the jaguars can. So I talked about this a little bit in the other video. Oh, and I have some questions and comments from the preview video that I made that I wanted to address as well. So my main complaint with this game is that the animal capturing is not, it's not as challenging as you would expect it to be. It's very simple. You just throw bait, which is basically a grenade. You throw this meat grenade at the animal, and then if it's an animal you can capture, it'll pacify it, and then you just walk up to it and hold X or square, and then it's yours forever. And in addition to that, the animals aren't unique, or they're not uniquely named, so that, like, let's say that bear that I was using earlier, if he dies, or if this wolf dies, then there's no attachment to him, because he can just be replaced at any time at no cost. So once you pacify one wolf, you have infinite wolves. Like, you have control over all the wolves, and it would just, like, it seems like such a huge missed opportunity that like, these wolves don't have like, each wolf doesn't have its own level, and you had to really take care of it, or even the ability to name the wolf, or somehow personalize the wolf or something like that. It just seems like such a missed opportunity. Oh, so you can ride the mammoths. I didn't get any gameplay of that, unfortunately, but you can just walk, like similar to riding the elephants in Far Cry 4. You can just walk up to them and hold square, I believe, and then you just jump right on the back of them and ride around and run people over. So one of my favorite comments from the preview video was from Syllabus Joe. He said, "Don't feel bad, John," and that's in that's in response to to me in the preview video saying that, like, Ubisoft sent me out to this preview event, and they obviously want me to enjoy their game, and I just had to give it such a bad preview. He said, "Don't feel bad, John. Not every game can be a hit, and I think they would rather hear honest opinions than people just giving them the rusty trombone. From what it sounds like so far, if you're focused on just taming as many animals as possible and have them do all the kills for you, the game gets into baby mode. which makes it seem like they didn't balance that system well, which I agree completely. Like you said, what's the point of taming a single wolf when you can just summon any number of wolves once you tame the first one? It makes the whole Pokemon-esque style feel tacked on and shallow. I'd rather have to continuously train one animal over a period of time, form an attachment to it, and as a result, have a really good assistant, I assume you meant, later on in the game. Kind of like how Metal Gear Solid 5 did, and that's an excellent example. D-Dog in Metal Gear Solid 5, and D-Horse, they leveled up over time and they got new abilities, and you felt this great attachment to those animals. And yeah, so back to the gameplay that we're actually watching right here. This is like the training mission, I guess, when you learn to control and see through the eyes of your owl companion. So this is the only, at least so far in the game, this is the only, or that I've been able to see. That the owl is the only animal that you see through the eyes of and actually control yourself. And the owl can like scout from above and mark enemies, so that when you leave the owl, very Game of Thrones style, if you mark any enemies as the owl, you see them as the person. And later on, the owl is the only one that really levels up as well. He has the ability to like dive bomb and like drop some probably bee grenades. I actually didn't get those unlocked. I just saw them on the unlock tree. Yeah, you can see on the right there's 3 different abilities, and you can also eventually just like go screaming down at the enemies and attack them as the owl. So it's again kind of strange that there's only one animal in this whole game that you can actually see through the eyes of and control. Like you can command these other animals, but you can't control them. So Far Cry is super fun. Like, it's still going to be a very fun experience. It just feels like they missed out on a lot of very easy opportunities to really make a super engrossing, unique game. I'm still going to play through the whole thing. I've loved every Far Cry game that I played. Oh yeah, the snake bite. There are just like random snakes that you can't even see when you're using the hunter vision. Out in the grass, those things are terrifying. Snakes. Why did it have to be snakes? Anyway, thanks for watching. If you have any more questions, I'll be doing a couple more follow-up videos. Be sure to post them in the comments, and game on.